Hey everyone, just recently Pokemon Company International just announced that there's going to be another rotation in our standard play. I don't play a lot of physically the TCG, but I play a lot online. But it's basically coming down to any cards that have a regulation mark with the E, see if you can see right there on the bottom corner. They're going to rotate out of standard. This is going to be as of April 5th. When the new Paldean Fates set, I believe, is going to release, and that's going to come into rotation. This covers anything from the battle styles to Fusion Strike set range, I believe. And we're going to go over a couple of cards, or some of the main cards that are affected by this, including, obviously, Path to the Peak. This one, Pokemon with the rule box in play, both yours and your opponent, have no abilities. Pokemon V, Pokemon GX, etc. have rule boxes. So this was really effective, or it actually was really and is really effective against the Charizard EX deck when you either played your Charmander and then used your rare candies to evolve right into Charizard and his Infernal Rain took over. And you can attach up to, I believe, up to 3 energies in any way that you like. Path to the Peak shuts that off, so you can't do that. So I used to use that against the Lugia decks as well when I was playing my Giratina V-Star deck as well. So I'm not sure what's going to replace this, but I'm sure they have something up their sleeve. Then we have cards like Escape Rope. Escape Rope's been around forever, so I don't know what's going to actually replace it. That was standard on April 5th. I mean, a lot of people use Switch Cart, and Switch Cart's a little bit better because when you switch your active Pokemon to your bench, it heals them for 30 damage. But basically, yeah, the Escape Rope is each player switches their active Pokemon with one other bench Pokemon. Your opponent switches first, you kind of see what they choose, and then you can go accordingly. So this was really good for me when I first started playing, maybe middle of last year kind of thing, using Giratina V-Star. You had to switch out your Pokemon and your Comfeys to get more cards into your Lost Zone as quick as possible. But whether you have a damaged Pokemon or you're just trying to use a bait style Pokemon to get them out of there, Escape Rope was really useful. So I'm assuming they're going to just keep Switch Card or something close to it. Then we have Battle VIP Pass. Of course, this card, I don't know if anyone's going to be too sad to see it go, but it was super useful if you could draw it on your first turn. So you can use this card only during your first turn, search your deck up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them into your bench, and then shuffle your deck. So with Giratina V-Star, I used to use it a lot. The Charizard deck, I would use it. And even in my Roaring Moon deck now, it's just an easy way to get your Roaring Moons on your bench immediately and try and start putting energies onto them. Or in your Charizard deck, you get your Charmanders going pretty quick. And then Giratina V-Star, get your Comfeys, and go from there. So, but again, if you didn't pull it on your first turn, pretty much useless, and you can just discard them. So I'm not sure what's going to be the replacement for these. Alright, then we have cards like Flaffy here. As soon as you were going up against an electric deck, you would see them put the Mareeps up in their bench almost as soon as they could with their Battle VIP passes or whatever. Next turn, evolve into Flaffies, and then once during your turn, you may attach an electric energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So usually in the Miraidon EX decks now, I don't know what the updated versions would be, but Miraidon is usually still the main Pokemon in that deck. You would see the player, or most players have 2 or 3 of these. And as soon as they went to Flaffy, here come your energies and load up your Miraidons within like a 1 or 2 turns at most. So pretty annoying, but I don't know. So I think they're just going with the electric generator, I'm assuming for now, and that's just as annoying. Now we have Gardevoir. I hate this deck. I don't like playing against Gardevoir EX decks at all, and only because, again, things like this. Once during your turn, you may look at your top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards that you find there to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Put the other cards into your hand. Okay, cool, whatever. You have your Ralts come out, you'd have your Evolved Curlia, or if they were using rare candies to get up to Gardevoir right away. And then every turn, here comes the Shining Arcana with basically, it seems like as many energies as you want, and then hit you with Brainwave, and they could basically choose how much damage they want to do to you, discard the cards, and then the next turn, guess what? Load them up again, and like you could have like your Charizards that are up over 300 HP or anything else, and they could pretty much take them out in one shot within a couple of turns. So getting rid of Gardevoir, or like I said, they have the Gardevoir EX, which is more around the 300 HP range. It's pretty tricky to get rid of them, so you'd want to get rid of them as fast as possible. Then we have some VMAX cards. Mew being the main one here. Choose one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon attacks and use it as this attack. This wasn't as super annoying to me as the Genesects that were played with this deck. Most people who are playing a Mew VMAX deck use your Genesects to draw cards, load up energies, and with your Battle VIP passes, you would see 1 to 4 Genesects almost right away. And they would use those to draw more cards, load up your energies, and using Path to the Peak, like the first card we were talking about, would shut that off. So I'm pretty sure that the Genesect will be going as well. I'm not 100% sure, but Mew VMAX, again, using Max Miracle. This attack's damage isn't affected by any of the effects of your opponent's active Pokemon either, for 130. It was more so the Genesects that bothered me out of this deck. But let me know what you think of the changes coming up. Again, I believe it's April 5th when these will rotate out of Standard, and then with the new Paldean Fates coming out later this month, and some newer sets in March as well, they'll come into Standard around that time. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think of all the changes coming.